Agent requesting backup.
Guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. Yeah, it's been almost 5 months around there since I've uploaded a video. I've been really busy with school, work, I've had a lot of stuff to do. It's been really hard to get a video out, but now I've got some time to make some videos. I got a break now, and I had a chance to upload this video. So this is going to be my initial impressions on the open beta of the Division 2. Now, I played the private beta, of course. I pre-ordered the gold edition. So I get 3 days early access, so I get it on the 12th of March, which is in like 10 days from now. And I'm beyond excited. I love the private beta, despite its issues, and then they fixed them right away. And honestly, I was such a huge fan of it. And then the open beta came, and I was even more excited because I could not get enough of that game. This game is just so fun. It's unbelievable. So this is gonna be. I wish I could get some private beta footage for you guys. I did actually, and believe it or not, it got deleted. And it just, I was in the end game mission. I did it with some randoms, and it just deleted the footage. And I was recording it too, and I checked my capture gallery and everything. I checked everything, and it didn't record. So I was kind of pissed about that. It was the last day of the beta too, and I couldn't get more footage because it would have taken so long to get. So I just decided to, wait till the open beta, record some footage, and thank God I got around 20 minutes here for you guys. But I'll definitely, get some more footage once, once I'm done. I'm going to be recording a lot more, saving it, so I can put out some more content until the final release of the game, which I, again, unbelievably excited for. All the content that they're putting out, let alone just the beta itself has so much content. It's unbelievable. So that's one thing I'm going to get onto. So firstly, my first impressions were wow, because I'm going to go off my impressions of the private beta as well, because I played both of them, and honestly, the open beta does feel a lot better. It feels so much smoother. It feels less clunky. The controls in the private beta did feel a bit clunky at first, because I wasn't used to them. I was used to Division 1, and I played that after the private beta, and I went back on Division 1, and I was having a lot of fun with it. It was felt like old times, and then now I play Division 2. I'm still not used to the game. You're going to see in this gameplay, I do die, actually, from hyenas, or I think it was True Sons. I think True Sons, they folded me because I was out of cover, and not used to the game, because in this game you've really got to use cover in this. It's unbelievable. So that's one thing I love, is the cover-based mechanics of the game were significantly better than what I was used to from Division 1. In Division 1, it was chicken dancing, in PvP, people are going to be running back and forth, and the movement system is just, kind of unbalanced. Even in the 1.8 update, the best one, that probably one of the best ones happened in the game, at the very end, trying to get people back. Still, the PvP felt kind of unbalanced. With this, it just felt right. The cover base, to use the cover, even from NPCs, just seems so much better, because they can rush you, and you feel like you're gonna do a lot. Right there, you just saw I one shot. Even though he was low on health, the shotguns in this game were great. So I'm getting ahead of myself, guys. I'm sorry. This game is just so much fun. I have it loaded up right now on my monitor, ready to play again, because honestly, it's just so much fun. I cannot stress how much fun this game was for me. Despite its issues, now I gotta get onto some of the issues. I gotta get onto a lot of these things, guys. So just bear with me for a second. So I gotta talk about the movement system. Felt significantly better. Cover base was great. The runnings just felt smoother. It didn't feel like a chore to do. Sometimes I wanted to fast travel just because I don't want to. There's a lot of activities to do, but I want to fast travel just so I can get to the control points and get all the gear. Because if you unlock control points, you get gear. So it's just great to do. And if I don't have enough footage for this video, I might have to go back and record some more, but I think I will. I have 13 minutes left to talk, which is, oh no, I've already talked for almost 5 minutes now. Okay, back on topic. The movement system was great. It felt smooth. It didn't feel clunky. It did a little bit in the private beta, but they fixed it the next day. They had a maintenance, and they fixed a lot of the delta errors as well. They fixed those even from the private beta, and the public beta too. The open beta, they fixed the deltas right away. I haven't seen one delta since the first day of the private beta back in early February. And that's just saying, like, the devs have worked so hard on this game, and I'm seeing, like, the work they're putting in to make this game better than the first one. Just by the content of the private beta and public beta alone, I'm already sold on this game because the amount of content they're putting is unbelievable. Like, they listen to the community for sure, and they have upped the game. Like, I'm looking at the year one plans, and the Pentagon mission has already won me over. Like, I'm so excited to play the Pentagon. It's one of my favorite, like, national attractions in the world. Like, I've been there when I was a kid. I went there as a kid, and it was just cool. It was so cool to see. It's just fantastic, you know. Another thing I found really cool was just the base of operations itself being the White House, one of the most iconic landmarks in the world. Your base of operations was just great. At first, I thought it would be like a mission to take back the White House from a faction that's stolen it or taken over, and you gotta take it back and maybe set it up as like a camp. But to have it as your base of operations is really great, and that was like a mind blowing feature. I thought, like, oh shit, like that's so cool. But what I really like about the game, what they did, is the gun mechanics and like how they, you know, changed the gun modding itself and made it a lot less complicated than the first game. Just made it simpler, but in my opinion, a lot better than I thought. Because what they did was, if you guys don't know, which I think a lot of you might, they took away the DPS feature, and they took away like the mods adding damage and DPS to make your gun like you're gonna melt the guys. Like, no, you're gonna add sorry guys, it doesn't add any damage. It doesn't change the damage. The gun has a base damage. That's it. That's all it is. Like, the gun doesn't change based on on the mod. It does change based on the mods, but ever so slightly. You're gonna get one positive effect and one negative effect with each mod. And what I like what they did with the private beta, they had it a lot more significant in the negative factor. So I didn't really want to put attachments on my guns in the private beta. I just stuck with the gun, like, without any mods. But in the public beta, the open beta, sorry, I can't know why I keep saying public beta. They made the negative feature a lot less impactful than the positive one. So I use, like, you can just see in this gameplay, like, on my gun right now. My Police M4, I believe I'm using. I don't know what gun. I think right now I have a Police M4 on my gun. Like, at this moment, I don't think I have it yet. I got it. I think I got it after this video, maybe. Yeah, I did. But on the gun that I'm using right in this video, I think it's the CTAR. I'm not using any attachments. I don't believe. Maybe I am, but because I love using the attachments because they granted better. Like, it added a better feature for me personally. It didn't affect the damage whatsoever, which I didn't really like in Division 1, which, you know, you could stack attachments and make your damage go insane, and when you're going to PvP, it's just, you're gonna get shredded if you don't have the best DPS, and maybe not the best toughness. And it didn't really grant me the fact, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna use attachments then, because, like, if it's gonna get a negative effect so drastic, I'm not gonna put it on. So I really like that they changed it in the public beta, and the feature overall is fantastic. Another thing I want to talk about is the health system. I love it. Like, I found it so much better than the original game. Like, you gotta use skills and everything to just get your health all the way back up. Now you just got armor kits, and you can heal right back up to armor. And I like how it just damage, armor, skill, power. That's it. Like, it's just fantastic. It's so cool the way they did that with the system itself. Like, they overhauled the whole system. They built from the ground up. And endgame back, and it's just great because it just shows, you know, like, with the gear itself, it's just
target is near
with
you,
the guns and everything. It just shows you just three simple things, and you can add the mods. Obviously, you can add the mods on to grant some little, like, more damage or a little bit more health or armor, like armor reduction or armor gain. Sorry, you gotta add all those. That's in the end game, but right now what I'm looking at is, like, you get level 8 characters and you get the end game, and I'm going based off of those two. And the mod system is crazy how it just changes everything, and how your builds are going to be so different and drastic from Division 1. And it just shows, I love the way they just changed everything and made it so much more significant to how your build's going to act, especially in endgame and now. Like, it's just crazy how, like, the gear has changed too, how, like, there's the brand sets, which I found so cool when I first saw them, like, using them as well. Like, I found them, like, I tried to stack 6 on each gear piece, and it was just great. You know, like, I loved it. and I can't wait to use more of them.
Now, I've touched on a lot of positives, and honestly, I could go on and on and on about reasons why I love the game. There's so many things that I truly love about this game that they've improved a lot on from the first one, and why I fell in love with the first game. And now, like, I've fallen even more in love with the second game. Like, it's great. Um, but I do gotta move on to some negatives, and unfortunately, there are some negatives, but these negatives can be fixed. Um, I don't think by launch, but if they are fixed within the week, they're not game-breaking bugs or game-breaking um, problems for sure, but there are problems that the game does have that can be fixed pretty easily. So some of them that have already been fixed. They are like the audio bugs of the guns, um, just shooting, and then they lose their sound after a while, and that's what I've had yesterday. Not even in the private beta sometimes, but more in the open beta I had that, which I don't mind because it's not game breaking. I mean, they already been fixed. You just gotta restart the game, and it worked for me completely. Um, Another thing, the NPCs did not feel bullet spongy whatsoever. You know, the armored ones obviously will because they have armor. So you gotta take it out, and then you know you can shoot him. So even then, like, it's not gonna feel spongy. But the black tux did feel kind of spongy to me personally, just because of, you know, the builds weren't set. But I changed around my build a little bit with the characters that I was using, the specializations. And you know, they didn't feel spongy anymore. But that they do feel kind of spongy. I get why, because you know they're a harder faction, so I get that. I just think maybe removing a little bit more of the sponge, which they did already, which is great. So I don't even need to say that. I just thought I'd put that in from the private beta because you know it's just, you know, a lot of people were talking about that. I didn't see the big problem with that. You know, I was like, let them build their game. You know, they made a great game. Um, some of the loot drops, I guess, you know, were kind of low, especially in conflict. You know, I like to play conflict a lot. Like I have, um, see, I got the police M4 actually running right here, so that's something I wanted to talk about, but I didn't think I was running it, but I am in the video. But I changed to the Cobra SRS because I use it in conflict, and Jesus, it's so good. I changed the scope on it because I don't like to use the full zoom in scope, which actually brings me on to a point which I can need to talk about that I didn't really like. Um, when you have like a sniper scope on any gun and you zoom in, it zooms in completely, like through the scope as well. So even if you're using an AR and you have that scope on, good luck using that. I wouldn't. That's why I don't even use them with snipers, because I don't like that scope. I like to use this. I like to use a third-person scope with snipers because I'm so used to it. Even in Fortnite, like I do that too. Um, for me personally, it's just so much easier because it blocks my field of view if I use the full scope. You know, so that's why I like to use a scope through the third person. It's just much more. It's easier for me personally. Um, you know, some of the bugs were already fixed. So I don't really need to talk about different, like, my first impressions based on the bugs because they were fixed right away. Um, there were some enemy NPC bugs where they were just moving around automatically, and they were like, you know, they were just coming around way too, like, it was just like they were spawning out of nowhere into like thin air. Here I die, and I was kind of pissed off because I was trying to take cover, but I'm like, oh, I died. That's embarrassing. And that's what I mean. Like, you got 4 or 5 enemies shooting you all at once. You deploy your hero drone, and you still need to take cover. And that's what I mean about you need to take cover, because it's hard. The game is harder than Division 1, but it's so much more rewarding when you get that kill. So overall, guys, you know, there's some negative. Obviously, the negatives are pretty known. There's sound bugs. There's delta errors coming out. You know, there's NPC error, NPC bugs. You know, they're spawning out of nowhere. You know, some of the map isn't like completely coded in yet. Like I saw, there was a. I think it's one of the control points. I believe it's Navy Plaza, if I'm not mistaken, or even, oh, I think it's Demolition Site. I think. That has some of the map, like some of the map is just see-through. You can see when you're climbing a ladder. It's on Reddit too. You can go and check it out, and it's on the Twitter. There's like a Twitter page where it has it. I don't know what it's called, but I think if you type in the hashtag Ask Division 2 or something like that, or Help Division, something like that. I think if you type in the hashtag for that, you will see it. So if you can go take a look at that, it's actually, you know, it's pretty funny, but like at the same time, like that can be fixed. So it's not a game-breaking bug. Like, I'm like, oh, it's like it's a beta. It's a beta. You guys gotta remember that it's a beta. Even if they put a private beta and it took like this time to put an open beta, it's still gonna have problems. Every game's gonna have problems, and I'm guaranteeing you some of these problems will not be fixed for launch, and the game will have bugs. But you know what? Like at this point, like they're not game breaking to the point where I can still play the game, and I can have fun. And I cannot wait for Division 2, guys. I'm so excited. I keep saying it. I keep stressing it because I played Division 1 a lot on this channel. I streamed so much. I was so into the game. Like people that watch my videos from like the beginning will know that I played Division 1 so much. I ran Dark Zone so much. Like I'm level 99. I maxed out Dark Zone. Like it's like I'm done. Like I think after the open beta, I'm probably just gonna like watch my old, like record so many of my videos to like watch over again, just so I don't go crazy, because I can't go back and play Division 1 again after this, because I'm not gonna get used to the controls again, because I'm not used to these controls still. Like some of it's still kind of odd, like the movement system is still off for me, you know, and it's crazy to think that like they put the endgame version, guys. I'm so excited for endgame. You already know I'm gonna grind to endgame. I'm so excited for this raid too, guys. Like the raid at the at the airport. Oh my god, like that's gonna be insane. Um, but yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. This gameplay is coming to an end. There's like a minute left, but I'll let you guys watch it if there's enough to watch. I have these activities. I don't know if I finished them all just now, actually. One of them was a control point that I remember from the private beta. I do fast travel, but I had to actually leave at this point to go out to work, so I couldn't play it anymore. But I just stopped the recording just so I had it for the video. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna be uploading some more Division 2 content. I'll be uploading some endgame gameplay. I'm gonna try and get that as quickly as possible. I really need to get some gameplay in endgame because I want to make a build first and then do endgame, because I gotta make sure it works and I'm doing well. And I'll definitely be with my boy Tactical Bandit. If you guys remember him, we'll do well.
Safe area detected.
And yeah, guys, that'll do it. Please like this video if you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment down below if you played the beta. And yeah, guys, I'll see you later.